Hi everybody, and welcome back to Lost Genre Relationships. How would you feel and react if after a work trip you find out that your spouse not only cheated on you, but that they have already pushed a different narrative into the minds of your kids and now they kinda hate you? This one's from user Confused1242. Wife cheated and manipulated our kids. I don't know what to do. Me, 34 male, and my wife, 33 female, have been married for 11 years and have 2 children, 10 male, 11 female. We were together for 15 years. I earn a decent living and earn up to 400 to 500k a year, not US. But at times, I have to do projects which require traveling. Our marriage was good with several ups and downs. In October 2019, I had to travel to Europe for work. I stayed there for a month. When I got back from the work, everybody was a bit distant and cold towards me. They didn't come to receive me at the airport. I had to call an Uber. They ignored my talks and only communicated with me when necessary. I had doubts, so I asked my daughter why is she acting rude towards me. She just said, "Hope you had fun at your business trip." This was out of character. Few days pass and I am confused about the situation. I asked my wife multiple times about their behavior. She always said that they were just tired of long days at school. One night I was checking my email on my family computer. As I was finishing my work, I noticed that my wife's account is logged in. I thought of opening messages. I saw that one of her colleagues was on the top. I opened their conversation and scrolled through the entire page, seeing their flirting, sexting, and exchanging nudes. They planned on meeting at hotels. Apparently, she had ended things with him because she was feeling too guilty about it. I confronted her. She cried and begged me to give her another chance. I had anger issues in the past, so I simply took a drive to my brother's house and spent the night there. Next day, when I came home, the kids had already gone to school. She asked me to sit down on the couch to talk. She said that she was feeling alone at the time and he apparently made her feel special. I asked her about the timeline and said that if she lied, I would file for divorce. She told me every detail. She slept with him once at the end of the affair. She felt disgusted afterwards. She said she had too much guilt and ended things with him. I told her that I would divorce her. I contacted a lawyer and told him to start preparing the papers. We had a prenup signed, so divorce was an easy option. I went to my room and opened my computer to collect some proof of her infidelity. To my surprise, she had deleted all of it. Next day, she threatened me to not divorce her or she will take away our kids. She told them in the beginning of my work trip that I had an affair and had gone to see my girlfriend, when in reality, I had gone for work. She made up fake conversations of me and some other girl. She also told them that I would leave them on the street to be with my girlfriend. She had manipulated them so much that they were convinced that I was the bad guy. In our country, if parents get a divorce, then the custody of the children would be given to the parent by kid's choice. I was helpless at this point. I cancelled divorce and proceeded to reconcile. It's been almost a year that I'm going through this crap. My kids don't respect me like they used to. They don't show me any affection. My wife has been keeping the secret from my children. She also has been treating me like crap. Our bedroom is dead. We haven't been intimate in 7 to 8 months. Because of all the stress at home, I stay out of home most of the time. I go home only to sleep at night. This led to an emotional connection with one of my colleagues for the past month. She is also divorced. Her husband cheated on her and left her for another girl in another continent. We have long talking sessions, dinners, and movie nights. I have been deprived of love and affection at my own home. I have told my wife to start showing affection. I try to kiss her, hug her, but I am always turned down. Last week, I got intimate with my colleague. This was the first time I slept with someone in 9 to 10 months. It was the best of my life. I have come here looking for an advice. Should I divorce my wife and be with my colleague, or should I just live this double life? I have never been loved or appreciated in my home, but my colleague appreciates everything I do for her. If I leave my family, then my kids will think that their mom's claims were right. I will be the bad guy in the eyes of my kids for life. Any advice? Well, OP, this is a very tough situation, so before I give any commentary, let's go through the top 3 pieces of advice that the community gave you, and then we'll continue. After that, we'll go for the update. Kingly Sunshine says, "Why are you still married to her? You aren't receiving love from your partner or your children, so what are you really in there for? I'm sure you don't want to be with the person you cheated on either. It's not worth staying with her for any reason." The Last Basilope says, "You're an idiot. Your children already believe their mom's claims. You leaving, like you should have all along, won't change that. Contact a divorce attorney. Pursue 50-50 custody. And during your custody times, take your kids to family counseling with you and let a professional help sort through things and hopefully get to the truth. Also, do not involve this new woman or any other new partners in your life in any way until the family counselor tells you that the kids are ready." Feely McKnight says, "You aren't happy. You're cheating. Leave. If you're staying for kids who are brainwashed by their mother, they won't see anything else until they get past this. So just make sure to reach out and make sure they know you still care so they have a chance to reach out when they're ready." I agree with some of the advice, not all of it. You need to stop your involvement with your coworker, at least for the time being, because you're basically cheating, so whatever your wife told your children has now become true. Now, if you don't care about what your children think or feel about you, then just get a divorce and you can continue this other relationship. That's up to you. If you want to keep your children in your life, then you need to do 2 things. One is what I just said, not to become the man your wife painted a picture of to your kids. And 2, do whatever you can to expose your wife's lie. What she did, cheating on you and then telling your kids that you were cheating, is very wrong. Just as wrong as you cheating, so sorry man, but you're not off the hook for that. At the same time, yeah, you need to get a lawyer and go through divorce. I'm sorry, but your marriage is over and has been over for a really long time now. But then again, that's just my opinion. So now let's move on to the update to see how things are going for OP. It's been a week since my last post and a lot has happened since then. As I read the comments of my previous post, many of you had doubts that she is still having an affair or sleeping with someone else. I don't think that's possible. Since her affair in October, she left her job as soon as I discovered the affair, and then we installed cameras in our house and I could see the live feed of the cameras whenever I wanted. She barely goes out and just watches Netflix while eating snacks. She has also gained around 60 to 70 pounds in this period of time. So hiring a PI for investigating that if she is having an ongoing affair is not reasonable to me. Many of you suggested of recording her conversation with me about her affair. This was a solid move, thanks to Reddit. I also recovered my old messages and receipts to give my kids proof that I was on a work trip last year. Also, many of you suggested to recover texts and pictures from my computer using some professional help. But my wife is a tech specialist, so I don't think that she would leave any evidence. I ordered a good quality, small and portable voice recorder. I also planned a trip to my parents' house with the kids as I wanted alone time with them to describe the situation. They love their grandparents, so I knew they would never deny the trip. I also told my whole plan to my colleague and requested her to understand my situation. She was very supportive and told me that she would not contact me for a whole week except for work-related issues. On Wednesday, my voice recorder arrived at my office. On Thursday evening, I drove my kids to my parents' house. They stayed there, but I returned to my house after dropping them off. I spent the night at my house with my wife. I started the voice recorder and kept it in my pocket. I tried to initiate intimacy with my wife, but she was ignoring me. I asked her what she has done for me in the past year other than manipulating my kids against me. She started shouting and said, "I'll make sure they never know the truth and you'll never be able to divorce me." I asked her if she would ever be intimate with me, To which she answered by saying, "I have no interest in that, but you have, so it's not my problem. Go look somewhere else for it." I said that I am not like her and would never break my vows for an affair like she did. At this point, she was angry and said, "I had an affair because you left me lonely and treated me like crap. If you want, you can have one too, but don't disturb me." She was so loud that even our neighbors would have heard that. I got the proof I needed to prove to my children that I was not a cheater. On Friday, I took the voice recorder to my office, edited the audio, and saved it on multiple devices. I also collected more proof of me at work on the business trip last year. In the evening, I went to my parents' house and spent the night. On Saturday morning, I sat down with my kids and told them my side of the story. They obviously didn't believe me until I showed them proof. My daughter started crying. My kids hugged me and assured me that they will never hate me or act rude towards me in the future. To be honest, this was the moment I had been waiting for a whole year. That night was the best night of my life. I never had felt so close to my kids in years. On Sunday, I called my wife and told her that me and the kids were going on a vacation and would not be able to contact her for 3 to 4 days. I also contacted my lawyer and told him to prepare the divorce papers. Now, here I am with my kids preparing for mountain climbing. I haven't told the kids about my colleague. I also plan to start family therapy with my kids so that my communication with them can improve. I am planning to tell them about my colleague after the divorce and during therapy. Thanks to all Redditors who gave me the idea of voice recording. This will be my last post, but if anything happens, I'll update you guys. And that's all we know about OP and his situation. Now, most of you guys know that I do not like cheaters and I do not approve of cheating, and I don't think there's ever a reason to cheat. So having said that, here's my unpopular opinion about this whole situation. First of all, OP, I think it's a good thing that you were able to unmask your wife and show your kids that she was actually manipulating and she lied to them. Now they also know that she cheated. However, in the recording you said that you would not break your vows like she did, which in fact you actually did, because you cheated with your colleague while being married. That counts, I'm sorry. The fact that she manipulated your kids and cheated on you does not give you a hall pass or a free pass to do it yourself. I understand that you went through hell and she put you through misery, but that doesn't give you the right to do the same thing. I feel that you're also manipulating your kids in a way by not telling them about your work colleague and waiting for after the divorce and therapy to do it. And when they do get to meet her, are they going to meet her as your new girlfriend after the divorce? Or are they going to know the whole truth that you cheated with her while being married? I guess after this whole thing, the only victims here are your kids. Because even though your wife's a crappy person, you're not a white dove or free of sin yourself. But then again, that's my unpopular opinion. So now, let's move on to the next story. What do you think you would do if you get a text message from one of your friends showing your significant other kissing another person? Well, this one's from user Feel Like a Moron 2. Fiance is cheating on me and I am heartbroken. I found out last weekend that my fiance is almost definitely cheating on me, 99% sure. And I have never felt like this. Completely heartbroken and disillusioned. Long story short, she told me she was going to a concert with her friend. Her friend has scored an extra ticket and asked her. I was happy for her, told her to go ahead and have fun. I get a text from a friend later on that night with a "Bro, isn't that XXX?" message. A friend at the same concert saw my fiance and her female friend with 2 men. In the pictures, he sent 3. The guy has his arms around my fiance in the middle of the crowd, and in one they are kissing. Not a friend kiss either, lip lock, totally into it. I almost threw up when I saw them. Definitely her, same outfit, etc. And one was a pretty clear close-up of her profile, and I also recognized her friend. I don't know the guy. I was so broken and ill, I didn't know what to do. I left the apartment and just started walking. I then texted a friend and asked if I could come by. He said, sure. As soon as he saw me, he knew something was really wrong and sat me down and I spilled it. I cried, the whole works. He was the best, took care of me, got me drunk and high, and we sat around all night just talking and drinking. I ended up crashing at his place. I wake up, it's Sunday, I feel like crap, and it's already after 10. And I've got a dozen texts from her. Where am I? Why am I not answering? Am I in the hospital? She's going nuts, she says. I just texted her the pic of her kissing the guy. No comment. Then she starts calling and texting non-stop, so I just turned the phone off. I haven't been back to our apartment, haven't talked to her, I blocked her cell phone. I can't even see her. I'm afraid of breaking down in front of her and I don't want to do that. We were supposed to get married in April. We were knee-deep in planning. She seemed so happy and excited about our future. Now it's all gone. A few friends know and are behind me. Heard through them she is doing everything she can to contact me. She showed up at my work Monday morning, but I refused permission for her to come up. I also leave by the alley entrance because a colleague texted me yesterday she was sitting in her car outside work. I know eventually I'll have to talk to her, if only to get my crap out of the apartment and cancel the lease and all that. But I am broken. Thanks for letting me vent here. Well, that is a very horrible way to find out that your fiancé is cheating on you. Fiancé, not girlfriend or friend you're dating. No, fiancé. That sucks. I'm sorry, OP. Now, OP didn't ask for any advice, so let's move on straight with the update to see how this thing played out. First, thank you so much to all who gave support, advice, well-wishing, all of it. I was and am overwhelmed not only by all the kind words, but also by the number of people who have had similar experiences. I wish I could reply to all of you, so I hope this is good enough. Thank you. My brother flew in yesterday and got an Airbnb through Tuesday, so I'm now staying with him. He is awesome and I am lucky to have him here. As many of you have pointed out, I am lucky to have him and my other awesome family, as well as a great circle of friends. They have been amazing. You do find out who you can count on when crap like this happens. So, I talked to my ex last night, and yes, she is an ex, after having a long talk with my brother about it. He was there but gave me some privacy. It was awful, as you can imagine, and worse than I even expected, and I was bracing for it to be bad. As soon as she answered, she started crying, so of course I started crying, and it sucked because I really didn't want to cry either on the phone or in front of her. When we could finally talk, she just started apologizing and crying and begging me to come back home. I'll spare you all that was said, because frankly, it even hurts to write this down. But long story short, when I could get under some control, I asked her who the guy is, what had been happening, and basically said, you need to tell me all of it, right now. So she told me her friend, who she went to the concert with, and her boyfriend, who the friend was at the concert with, had introduced them when they were all out in June for drinks and dinner. I was visiting family. She said it wasn't a setup or anything. The guy just happened to be there at the same time. She said he got her number from the friend and started texting her. She said she ignored him, but then answered and they started texting. She kept saying she didn't know why she did it. I effing hate to even write this. She met him for drinks and they went to his place and slept together. She said they were intimate maybe half a dozen times, all at his place, after I basically forced her to tell me, but not sure I believe that for reasons I don't even want to get into. She was crying this whole time and I could barely understand her, but she kept apologizing and saying she loved me and was sorry. I was literally trying not to puke. I told her I had to hang up and then basically sat there feeling like someone had literally kicked me in the guts. Couldn't breathe, all that. Worst feeling ever. I went and took a walk alone and just zoned out for a bit and then went back and sat with my brother for a bit and we talked, and frankly, he just sat there hugging me hard. I don't know what I would have done without him there. So yeah, I sent her an email late last night telling her I'd be there Saturday with my brother and best friend to get my stuff. Told her not to be there. Told her I had already talked to the leasing company. They are letting me out of the lease at the end of the month, so I told her she can stay there till then. Rent is already paid and I will get my deposit back too, which is awesome. Told her to deal with any wedding stuff. We have a deposit in on a reception venue that we'll probably lose. I don't give an F. I told her I don't want a single thing of ours together. She can keep all that crap. I told her I don't want to talk to her or see her anymore. She replied this morning, but I haven't read it yet. Don't really plan to today. So that's where things are. Again, thank you to all of you who have been so supportive. It really means a lot to me. And that's it. That's all we know. The good thing is, we know OP ended that relationship with the cheater and is moving forward. So good for you, OP. And so we've reached the end of the video. I truly hope you guys liked it. If you did, go ahead and click like. Of course, don't forget to subscribe and click that bell icon so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Also, here are more videos from my channel that you might enjoy. And having said all that, I will see you guys on the next video.